What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to I Do It Myself. I'm Wayno. How y'all feeling this morning? Before we get into it, if you like this channel, if you like the content, if you like what it is that I do, hit that sub button, hit them likes, run up that hype. Today we talking about 6ix9ine. Now, I know a lot of y'all are not fans of 6ix9ine. I'm not a fan of his music at all. But I do talk about the things that go on, you know what I mean, that I see on the internet and things that affect me, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like a lesson can be learned through all of this that's happened. 6ix9ine's house had a home invasion. And his mom's was in a crib. His mom's is a 60-year-old woman. I'm saying she's a 60-year-old woman. Now, I keep talking about this whole concept of the term, no women, no children. That shit is fake. Means absolutely nothing to a criminal. You wanna know why? Criminals don't care about the law. If you got a criminal mindset, you could be at a 9 to 5. You could be getting money and have a criminal mindset. If you got a certain type of mindset, you're not gonna care about no consequences. You feel me? You're not gonna care about no consequences. You're not gonna care about losing your life, anybody else's life, when you a moth chasing that big ass flame. That flame just happened to be 6ix9ine's house. Well, not just his house, but his whole persona, the jewelry, the money, the cars, you know what I'm saying? Everything that he brags and boasts about online, all the shit that he be popping, you know what I mean, about all of that. He stopped saying ain't nobody touch him. Because once he got touched, and it wasn't by the people that we thought it was going to happen with. Remember the LA Fitness situation where those dudes, they got locked up, you know what I'm saying, for jumping 6ix9ine or whatever. Cool. But 6ix9ine is an antagonist. He always goes online talking about he speaks nothing but facts. He speaks nothing but facts. So let me tell you something about them facts. When you're talking about them facts, when you're talking about all the money you got and everything you did and all of that, and you go on drills, and you better be aggressive. I don't care if you're on federal probation. See, the thing that's always mixy with 6ix9ine is this. On one hand, you portray that you was going on drills with Shoddy and all of them, which, okay, cool. Then you own up to telling, right? You own up to telling and being a rat and being a snitch and all of that other stuff. You had the dudes on podcast that said this the only rat we jacking and all of that, right? You have all of that. But then you also try to portray yourself as this nice guy. Like, yo, but my OG, if my OGs, I thought these guys was my friends. I was getting all this money. No, listen, when you put yourself in a position to start to commit crimes, there's no fairness. Don't expect fairness from your best friend. Don't expect fairness from your mom. Don't expect fairness from nobody, because the game that you playing is a game for keeps. Everybody is playing for keeps every single day. The report states that Tekashi 6ix9ine's Florida home was stormed by 4 gunmen hunting for his cash and his car keys, held his mother against her will during a terrifying invasion. The chilling incident went down Sunday night when the embattled rapper's 60-year-old mother was at his residence and suddenly confronted by armed men. 6ix9ine tells us he was not at home. Instead, he was live streaming with Jack Doherty when the home invasion played out. You'll recall Doherty was arrested Saturday morning on drug possession and other charges. This is the problem with everything. If you are a person that you have this persona that's larger than life, you have this this energy around you about you. And every time you speak on some level that you untouchable. What kids go always want to do? Touch something they ain't got no business touching. Now, one thing I will say about robbery, home invasions, all of that type of shit, I don't respect it. Not that it should be respected or it's even in question if it should be respected. But anybody who's willing to put their life on the line and others in danger, to just take something from somebody that they not willing to work for to get, I think you're a fucking coward. And I'ma just leave that there. I'm saying, so if you snaking people, or your thing is to line people up, backdoor them so you could get over on them and so you could steal whatever they got going, or you want to take their spot, I think you a hoe and a coward. Now, with that being said, that still does not negate the fact that 6ix9ine unfortunately put his moms in this position. Unfortunately. Let me explain that why after a word from our sponsors, Jordan Craig. Yo, this video is brought to you by Jordan Craig Denim. Jordan Craig Denim is a brand, a family-owned brand working in streetwear business over 30 years by the way of Queens, New York. On top of that, they got everything from premium denim. They got good sweatsuits, good jackets, all types of garments and all types of accessories for any and everything you need. A lot of people have wanted. Everybody from Allen Iverson, the Moneybag Yo, Shiloh Sanders, Paul Pierce, Vin Diesel. They got something for everybody. You know it's full time. You gotta get right. Go get you one of these sweatsuits. This sweatsuit I got on in particular is extremely comfortable. I can move around in it. It's comfy. I feel like I could wear this to go outside. I could wear this to the gym. I could wear this to go get my groceries, pick up my kids from school, whatever it is I need to be doing. Good airport fit. Jordan Craig got it. So if you like this sweatsuit or any of the stuff that you've seen, make sure that you hit jordancraig.com and use my code. Like I said, you support me, you support this channel, support Jordan Craig. Now, like I said before, I say it again. The reason why I feel that 6ix9ine put his mom in his position is because of this, right? You know who you are more than anybody, regardless to the person that's portrayed. Because when you're sitting with what's his name? When you're sitting with all the Nelk boys and all of that, or depending on who you're sitting with, you're very calm and cool and well spoken. When you're on another platform, you're very aggressive, right? When you're on another platform with Vlad, you speak. Regardless to any of that, you know who you are when you wake up and when you go to sleep. And you know one thing, that your moms, you can't afford for nothing to happen to your moms. Why would you leave out your crib? See, the thing about what 6ix9ine has done since he's come home is he's done tons of content, tons of music videos. He can't go anywhere really, so most of the interviews that he's done, even with Vlad, I think were done at his crib. He had Deshae Frost at his crib, you know what I'm saying, the streamer, and they chilled or whatever, but you had multiple people at your house. And this is just something that rappers do. Most rappers have this mindset that everybody gonna play with everybody else but them until it's them, right? So you have people over and those people bring people, and maybe you're screening some, maybe you're not. Maybe you're just having a good time drinking, have a chick over, whatever the case may be. But you're not staying in contact with every single person that comes to your crib, and you don't know who they communicate with. So when you're inviting somebody over your house, you don't know the conversation that that person might have had with 3 or 4 other people. Now, there's a clip where 6ix9ine talks with Vlad about basically about him not being able to be around firearms, and let's watch that right quick.
The system is. Let's go. Look this up. They say 6ix9ine can't have armed guards. You can't have guns around you.
Really? Okay. Didn't know that.
Look it up. We appealed it in the appeals court. 3 higher judges said, how are you going to blast this kid's cooperation and then take his guns away? Overturn the court's ruling.
So you could have armed security.
Gave me guns back.
Right.
Right?
And we're in Florida, so you could have a carry permit pretty easily.
Now watch this. March 12th, 2025. I get raided. They find a gun in here, right? It's concealed. It's permitted, right, by my brother. The
Wait,
judge.
it's concealed? I don't understand that part.
It's license. He has a license.
Okay,
carry.
yeah, your brother's gun.
Yeah.
Right, got it.
My brother gives, this property. He gives the document.
Right.
This is mine. My brother has nothing to do with it. The judge rules April 21st. I'm stripping his gun license away.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Okay.
right?
That's crazy.
Why am I paying a security, right? This guy's armed in the mall. I'm no longer able to have licensed security. You understand me now?
I feel you.
I feel you, right?
You're in a catch. You're in a catch 22.
I could put my glasses on.
Damn if you do.
Can I
Damn if
put
you
my
don't.
glasses back on?
Go.
Now, the thing about 6ix9ine, talking about the whole thing with the guns and he can't, is as if it's some elaborate plot for the feds to let something happen to him when that's not the case. 6ix9ine ain't no politician. He ain't trying to buy NBC. You know what I'm saying? That nigga ain't trying to cure the cancer. He don't got Dr. Sebi's recipe, medical recipe book. None of that type shit. He's just a Mexican rapper that made it big coming from Brooklyn, right? Ain't nobody in the federal government looking to see his demise because he's doing some sort of level of good work. So stop all that conspiracy shit. But the fact of the matter is this. If you are a felon, you cannot have anybody who possesses a handgun around you. And that's not just because you're 6ix9ine. That's just something that's due to any and everybody. Same way how Bobby and Rowdy, right? For instance, they could not be around one another. They couldn't be around one another because they were both felons in the same case. And they might have had their own differences for why they didn't kind of link back up with each other once they both came home. Totally unrelated. I'm just using that as an example as to certain things that can't be around one another. Most of y'all got family members that's felons, or y'all felons yourselves. Y'all know damn well that when it's Thanksgiving, some of your cousins, when you go over your grandmom's house, if you still got her, or your mom's crib, if you still got her, you can't be around. But you know what? You're going to risk that. You're going to risk that for the sake of risking it, right? But the thing about 6ix9ine situation is this. You are under federal guidelines. You know what I'm saying? And you on house arrest. You have everything to lose, bro. This man got everything to lose, yet he continues to play these games. Now, on one level, I understand. I understand the fact that if you get money, you know what I'm saying, if you get money and you worked hard for your money, that you got the right to flaunt it however you want. This is 6ix9ine talking about the situation at hand and, you know, how he feels about that.
What's up? So I want to make this video to clear up all the fake news and rumors. So the world knows this. It's a fact. I'm on house arrest. I've been on house arrest. I think everyone in America and everyone across the world knows that I'm on house arrest. Yesterday, they allowed me to leave for work. People, I guess, saw that I was on live stream with Jack Doherty. They took that opportunity to fucking do some pussy shit. Like I said, it's me, so I get it. The rules are different for me. But if it was fucking your favorite artist, your favorite actor, and that was done, they don't get no cool points for that. My mom is 60 years old. Y'all know I'm supposed to come home. Y'all know I'm home all the time. I'm on house arrest. So y'all take the opportunity that I'm not home. Y'all see me on live stream with Jack Doherty in Miami, and y'all do that. That's pussy shit. That's whack. Get no cool points. I don't think nobody respects that shit.
Now, I wouldn't argue with him that nobody respects it, but stop this victim mentality that if it was somebody else, bro. It's not about it being somebody else. That's one thing that I have seen constantly with all of these 6ix9ine interviews that he's done with Vlad, that he's done with Adam 22, with the whole let me put my shades back on thing. It's like he wants empathy. He wants sympathy or empathy because he wants people to understand why he's in the position he's in. No, it was all good when everything was working, right? When you was able to weaponize the people that you had around you and you had that protection veil, it worked. Even when you tried to go get another crew and you had them other dudes around you at act shit, you know what I'm saying? It worked for that time, or it looked like it worked. You know what I'm saying? Until you understood that you made yourself look silly. Until you understood that you can't afford to keep paying security guards all this money because no matter how much money you get, listen, Mike Tyson ran through 150 million. You could run through all of that shit that you made. But the fact of the matter is this. It does not matter about anybody's situation. This is yours and yours only. 6ix9ine is not a kid. He's a 29-year-old man. He's 29 years old. You know what I'm saying? And regardless to the entire situation, no, let's not throw it out the window, but throw it out the window specifically in this scenario. There was never no humility because I think the worst drug that you could possibly get sometimes is money. Because money gives you access to so many things that you never would have had access to in life, or you never wanted to have access to in life. But once you have money, you're offered everything. People want to be associated with you. People want to chill with you. They want to be around you. Girls want to be with you. Dudes want to protect you. All of that. You want to know why? With the hopes of getting something. Now, when you can't provide that shit and you look around and it ain't much going on, then you see what it means or not. I feel bad for his moms more than anybody. I feel bad for his moms because no innocent woman deserves to be treated like that or held against her will, or, you know what I'm saying, to have people do something like that. I'm pretty sure at her age, man, she was scared for her life. I can't imagine living to have the blessing of being 60 years old and you got to look over your shoulder. You feel me? You got to look over your shoulder and not just worry about your own, your son's safety, but your own as well. Due to your son, whatever he got going on. Now, I'm also not going to put this solely on him, 6ix9ine, as like he did something to make people want to rob him, because those types of dudes are just bums anyway, right? Like, I'm not going to say that, but he is an antagonizer and he constantly does it because that's his brand. If he's not doing that, then there is no conversation with him or around him. Now, he took to his IG, right? He went to his IG and shit. And when he went to his IG, instead of, and he's not going to display no humility. But you know what he did? This wasn't a teaching moment. This wasn't a learning moment. This wasn't something that you could, grow from in a sense socially. You know what he did? He pulled out a bunch of money. He threw this shit up in the air. He playing new music or whatever music he got going on. He announced that, he's getting sentenced on Thursday. If you're a 6ix9ine fan and you into it, whatever he does, then that affects you. It doesn't really affect me. I'm just looking at things from an overall standpoint. And I just think that, like, man, everything at a time like this, man, and I'm not saying that he didn't comfort his moms, and pretty sure he shared a moment with his moms and know that she was okay. It's just a certain time and a place for shit. It's a certain time and place for things. And when I see, a situation like this go down, he gotta thank God. He gotta thank God. But don't bring God into, because he said, why the devil works hard, Jesus is working hard. Listen, don't bring religion into none of this, brother. A lot of this shit that you be doing, it brings on, you get what you ask for, man. For years, man, for years and years, this man sat up and practically begged niggas to come get him. Practically begged people to touch him, to do something to him. Now, you could look at it two ways. You could look at it like, yeah, he's still good, his mom's good, all of that. He could learn from this and all that. Or you could take the fact of the matter that it's been closing in on him in a certain type of way or a certain type of manner. Now, negating, the taxes that he owes, he's been talking a lot publicly about that. But let's just focus in on the case he has over his head. So he had, I think, 2 probation violations. They came to his crib. They found drugs at his home. You know what I'm saying? He got violated for that. Then he got into it with somebody at the mall. Dude said he had a gun on him. And when the dude said he had the gun on him, 6ix9ine put his hands on the dude or whatever. So that violated his probation. You know what I'm saying? Then, you got this specific situation with people coming close to, harming your mom. They could have took your mom's life. They could have really took your mom's life, and you out here playing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty sure he getting paid for every single appearance that he's doing, but you out here playing, bro. Lesson to each and every one of y'all young people that think that y'all could play these types of games on any level. I don't care if you get to be a rapper or if you just playing this on a local level. If you think that for 1 second you could talk about, street activity, be a part of street activity, play in the streets, you know what I mean, harm people, whatever the case may be, catch cases, all of that, and you think you're going to live a normal life, sadly mistaken. If you're not aggressive, I'm talking about on a daily basis, I wouldn't give it, listen, all right, I can't have no armed guards. You can have an armed guard? All right, you can have an armed guard. You know what we're going to do? We're going to build a house. All them stupid chains you be buying, we're going to build a house across the street. We're going to build a house across the street, and we're going to let you live in it and put armed security in your name. You know what I'm saying? If you moving, your moms, bro, listen, it keep closing in on you. You got kidnapped. Like, he done been through everything. He done got kidnapped, caught a case, had to tell, came home, said nobody would do nothing to him, got publicly humiliated and got his ass beat, caught more cases. Doesn't sound like he has too much of any relationship with his 3 children that he has. I mean, that's the definition of crashing out, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the definition of crashing out. I don't know what the future holds for 6ix9ine, but the damn shit ain't pretty. This is how I do it myself. For the ones that rock with me know how we doing. For the ones that don't, eventually will. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.